English with Sunny.
Welcome back to the English Boost podcast, your cozy place to learn easy English through real-life conversations and navigate the complicated world of human relationships at the same time.
That sounds very serious, Sunny, but honestly, it's true. Relationships are messy. Anyway, hello everyone. Whether you are walking through a park right now, aggressively washing a pan that has burnt eggs stuck to it, driving to a job you hopefully like, or just lying in bed staring at the ceiling, we are so happy you chose to spend your time with us.
Exactly. We love being the soundtrack to your day. And if you're new here, just a quick reminder, this podcast is designed for B1 and B2 English learners. That means we keep things natural but clear.
Yep, no pressure at all. You don't need a notebook, you don't need a dictionary, just relax and listen. If we use a difficult word, we'll quickly explain it. And at the end of the episode, we have our Calm Word Tour, where we review the best vocabulary.
So, Cris, what is on your mind today? You texted me last night at 11:30 p.m. with just one word, Dave. I was very confused.
Right. Okay, let me explain. So I was cleaning out my closet yesterday, trying to find a winter coat, and I found an old shoebox. Inside there were movie tickets, some terrible photos from high school, and a birthday card from my old best friend, Dave.
Oh, Dave. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
I know, and that's exactly the point. We used to do everything together. We played video games until 3 a.m. We ate terrible fast food. We knew everything about each other's lives. And sitting there on my bedroom floor holding this card, I realized I haven't spoken to Dave in 4 years.
Wow, 4 years. That is a significant amount of time.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, nothing bad happened. We didn't have a big fight, he didn't steal my car or insult my dog. We just stopped talking, and it made me feel incredibly guilty. I sat there thinking, am I a terrible person? Why do my friendships just disappear?
Oh, Cris, first of all, I need you to hear this, and I need everyone listening to hear this too. You are not strange, you are not broken, you are just human.
Thank you. I think I really needed to hear that, because society tells us that real friends stay together forever, best friends forever, right? BFF. But reality doesn't always work like that.
It rarely works like that, honestly. And that brings us to our topic for today, why some friendships fade away. To fade away means to slowly disappear or become weaker over time, like the colors in an old photograph. They just naturally lose their brightness.
Right. And let me tell you, I tried so hard not to let that friendship fade away. About 5 years ago, I could feel Dave and I were drifting apart. Oh, drifting apart. That's when two people slowly become less close, like two boats floating away from each other on a lake.
That's a perfect visual. So you felt the boats drifting. What did you do?
Well, I panicked. I wanted to save the friendship. Dave had become really obsessed with extreme heavy metal music. I do not like heavy metal. I prefer quiet jazz and maybe some pop music. But Dave invited me to this underground metal concert in a dark, sweaty basement, and I went.
You in a heavy metal mosh pit? A mosh pit is that area in front of the stage where people dance very aggressively and crash into each other.
Yes, me. I wore a black t-shirt to try and look tough, but I was terrified. I brought bright orange earplugs because I care about my hearing. So I'm standing there, drinking overpriced water, wearing orange earplugs, watching Dave scream the lyrics to a song called Skull Crusher or something. And he looked so happy, but I was miserable.
Oh, Cris.
And that night, driving home, we had nothing to talk about. He wanted to talk about the guitars, and I just wanted to go to bed and drink herbal tea. I realized that trying to force the friendship, trying to make it happen unnaturally, was actually making it worse. We were just different people now.
That is such a relatable story. I mean, it's funny to picture you with orange earplugs, but the emotion behind it is very real. We often try to hold on to who someone was or who we were, rather than accepting who we are today.
Exactly. I think I missed the 18-year-old Dave, not the 28-year-old Dave.
Mm-hmm. You know, I like to think of friendships as a personal library. When you are young, you have a small shelf of books. You read them every single day. But as you get older, your library gets bigger. You acquire new interests, new jobs, new routines.
I like this metaphor. Let me guess, some books go in the back?
Yes, some books are amazing thrillers that you read in one weekend. Those are intense, short-term friendships, maybe from a summer camp or a temporary job. You finish the book, you love it, but you don't need to read it again. It served its purpose.
Right.
And then there are books you put on the shelf. You might not open them for 2 years, but when you do, all the beautiful words are still there. Those are the friends you can call after years of silence, and it feels like no time has passed. But the mistake we make is thinking we have to read every book, every single day, or else we're bad readers.
Wow, that is really comforting, actually, because I felt like a failure. But you're right, sometimes a friendship just naturally reaches its final chapter.
And another huge factor is simply life transitions. Moving to a new city, starting a demanding job, getting married, having kids. When your daily environments don't overlap anymore, the casual conversations disappear. You lose the, "Hey, did you see what happened in the cafeteria?" moments.
True, you have to schedule a phone call just to catch up. And catching up is when you tell each other about everything that happened since the last time you spoke. And honestly, catching up can feel like a job interview. How is work? How is your mother? Are you dating anyone? It's exhausting.
It really can be. It loses that effortless, natural flow. So instead of feeling guilty about all these fading friendships, let's talk about how to manage them. Let's move into a practical framework.
Yes, please, fix my life, Sonny.
Well, I can't fix your life, but I can offer you the Friendship Energy Guide. It's a simple 3-step way to look at your social circle without the guilt.
Okay, I'm taking mental notes. Step 1.
Step 1 is identifying your daily commute friends. These are the people who fit naturally into your current daily life. Maybe it's a coworker you eat lunch with, or someone you go to the gym with. You don't have to force it because your routines already match.
Okay, that makes sense. Like my friend Mike. We both walk our dogs in the same park at 7 a.m. We talk about coffee, dogs, and complaining about the weather. Very easy.
Exactly. High contact, low stress. Step 2, identify your cactus friends.
Cactus, like the desert plant with the sharp needles?
Yes, but not because they are sharp, because a cactus is incredibly low maintenance. Low maintenance means something doesn't require a lot of work or attention to survive. You only need to water a cactus once a month, and it stays alive.
Ugh, I love this. I have a few cactus friends. My friend Sarah lives in another country. We send each other funny videos maybe once a month. We only call each other twice a year, but if I had a real emergency, she would fly here tomorrow.
Beautiful. Cactus friends are the best because there is zero guilt. They know you love them, you know they love you, and neither of you expects daily text messages.
Okay, so we have the daily commute and the cactus. What's step 3?
Step 3 is acknowledging the shooting stars. A shooting star is bright, beautiful, and temporary. It crosses the sky and then it's gone. These are the friends who helped you survive a difficult semester in college, or the Dave who was your best friend when you were teenagers.
The heavy metal Dave.
Yes. Step 3 is about practicing gratitude for the shooting stars and then giving yourself permission to let them go. You don't need to force a heavy metal concert. You can just look at the old birthday card, say thank you for those good years, and put it back in the box.
Wow, that actually takes a huge weight off my shoulders. I don't need to text Dave. I can just appreciate the past.
Precisely. So our framework is enjoy your daily commute friends, water your cactus friends occasionally, and smile at your shooting star friends without trying to pull them back from the sky.
That is deeply poetic, Sonny. I was just gonna say stop texting people who ignore you, but your way is much nicer.
Thank you, Cris. Now, since you are feeling better about Dave, I think it's time to test your friendship reflexes. Are you ready for a rapid-fire question game?
Oh boy, rapid fire means answering quickly without overthinking. Let's do it.
Okay, situation 1. You see an old high school friend at the grocery store. You haven't spoken in 10 years. They haven't seen you yet. Do you say hello or hide behind a mountain of apples?
Hide, absolutely hide behind the apples, unless my hair looks really good that day. But usually, hide.
Very honest. Okay, situation 2. A friend you haven't seen in 2 years invites you to their wedding. It's a 5-hour flight away. Do you go?
Ooh, no. I send a very nice gift, a fancy blender. People love blenders. But I'm not flying 5 hours for someone who doesn't even know my current favorite food.
Fair enough. Last one. You find an old photo of you and a faded friend having a great time. Do you send it to them?
Actually, yes. I think that's a nice low-pressure way to say I remember you. No questions attached. Just found this. Hope you're well.
I love that. And that perfectly leads into our mini challenge for the listeners today. We want you to try the low pressure hello. If you have a cactus friend, someone you love but haven't spoken to in a while, just send them one message today. A photo, a meme, or a simple, thinking of you, no need to reply.
Yes, the no need to reply part is magic. It gives them an escape hatch so they don't feel stressed.
Exactly. All right, my friend, we have covered a lot of emotional ground today. I think it is time to slow down, relax, and transition into our favorite part of the show. Welcome to the Calm Word Tour. This is where we review the most useful vocabulary from today's conversation. No stress, just listening and learning.
I'll start. Our first phrase is to fade away.
To fade away means to slowly disappear, become weaker, or lose color over time. We used it to describe how some friendships naturally end without drama. For example, without regular practice, his piano skills began to fade away. Another example, they didn't have a big argument, their relationship just slowly faded away. You can repeat, to fade away. Slowly, to fade away.
Next, we have the phrasal verb to drift apart.
To drift apart means to slowly become less friendly or close to someone, often because your interests or lives have changed. Imagine two boats floating gently away from each other on the water. For example, after we went to different universities, my best friend and I started to drift apart. Another example, it's natural for childhood friends to drift apart as they grow older. You can repeat, to drift apart. Slowly, to drift apart.
Number 4 is a great one, nostalgia.
Nostalgia is a feeling of pleasure mixed with slight sadness when you think about happy times in the past. It's that warm feeling you get looking at old photos. For example, hearing that 90s pop song filled him with nostalgia for his high school days. Another example, she felt a wave of nostalgia when she walked past her childhood home. You can repeat, nostalgia. Slowly, nostalgia.
Number 4 is a great one, low maintenance.
Low maintenance describes someone or something that requires very little time, money, or effort to take care of. We used it to talk about friends who don't need daily text messages to stay close. For example, I love my new haircut. It's very low maintenance in the mornings. Another example, he is a great roommate because he is quiet and completely low maintenance. You can repeat, low maintenance. Slowly, low maintenance.
Word number 5 is to catch up.
To catch up means to talk to someone you haven't seen for some time and find out what they have been doing. For example, let's get coffee on Saturday. We have so much catching up to do. Another example, I spent an hour on the phone catching up with my sister. You can repeat, to catch up. Slowly, to catch up.
Next is to force something.
To force something means to make something happen unnaturally, or to push someone to do something they don't want to do. Cris tried to force his friendship to survive by going to a heavy metal concert. For example, if the shoes don't fit, don't force your feet into them. Another example, you can't force a conversation if the other person is too tired to talk. You can repeat, to force something. Slowly, to force something.
Number 7 is a noun, acquaintance. I don't think we explicitly said this earlier, but it fits perfectly.
Yes, an acquaintance is someone you know, but who is not a close friend. Sometimes a faded friendship turns back into just being an acquaintance. For example, he's not my best friend, he's just a business acquaintance. Another example, I have many acquaintances at the gym, but I only have 3 true friends. You can repeat, acquaintance. Slowly, acquaintance.
And our final phrase is to outgrow someone.
To outgrow someone means you have changed or developed so much that you no longer have common interests with a person. Just like a child outgrows their old shoes, adults can outgrow relationships. For example, she realized she had outgrown the people she used to hang out with at the local bar. Another example, it's painful, but sometimes you naturally outgrow your teenage friends. You can repeat, to outgrow someone. Slowly, to outgrow someone.
Beautiful. I feel so relaxed now and a little smarter.
That is the goal of the word tour. All right, before we go, we have a tiny piece of homework for you. We want you to go down to the comments section and write one sentence using any of the vocabulary we just learned.
Tell us about a cactus friend or a time you felt nostalgia. We read all the comments, and it's the best way to make these new words stick in your brain.
And if you enjoyed hanging out with us today, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this episode with someone, maybe even a low-maintenance friend you want to reconnect with.
Exactly. Send it to them and say, hey, this podcast made me think of you. No need to reply.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone.
This is Sunny.
And this is Cris, and you have been listening to the English Boost podcast.
Bye. Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.